What if I told you that one of the world's most dangerous drugs was once sold over the counter as cough medicine for children? That's right, heroin was originally marketed as a safe, non-addictive alternative to morphine. Today, heroin is synonymous with addiction and tragedy. But in 1897, the pharmaceutical giant Bayer introduced it as a revolutionary medicine. The company that gave us aspirin also gave us heroin, believing they'd created a miracle cure. The story begins in 1874, when British chemist Charles Alder Wright first synthesized diacetyl morphine from morphine at St. Mary's Hospital in London. He was searching for a less addictive painkiller than morphine, which was already causing dependency problems. Wright's experiments showed the compound was more potent than morphine, but he didn't pursue it further. 23 years later, German chemist Felix Hoffmann, working for Bayer, rediscovered the compound. Hoffmann was having an incredibly productive period. He just created aspirin 11 days earlier. When Bayer tested this new drug, they found it was 10 times more effective than codeine for suppressing coughs. Bayer named it heroin from the German word heroisch, meaning heroic, because test subjects reported feeling heroic and powerful after taking it. The company marketed heroin as a non-addictive substitute for morphine and codeine. They claimed it could treat everything from coughs and colds to tuberculosis and asthma. From 1898 to 1910, Bayer sold heroin internationally without prescription. They advertised it specifically for children's coughs and marketed it alongside aspirin. The company produced roughly 1 ton of heroin annually, distributing it to 23 countries. Doctors initially embraced heroin enthusiastically. Medical journals praised its effectiveness for respiratory ailments. Some physicians even used it to treat morphine addiction, not realizing they were substituting one addiction for another. But problems emerged quickly. By 1899, just 1 year after its introduction, reports of heroin addiction began surfacing. Doctors noticed patients needed increasingly larger doses, and withdrawal symptoms were severe. The medical community slowly realized heroin was far more addictive than morphine. In 1914, the Harrison Narcotics Tax Act restricted heroin sales in America. Other countries followed suit. Bayer stopped producing heroin in 1913, but the damage was done. The drug had escaped into illegal markets. By the 1920s, heroin was primarily associated with addiction rather than medicine. The very qualities that made it appealing to Bayer, its potency and rapid onset, made it devastatingly addictive. This transformation from children's cough syrup to dangerous street drug demonstrates how good intentions and insufficient testing can create unintended consequences. Sometimes what appears heroic becomes tragic.